Hello everyone, this is another palm reading video and I would be telling you about this particular palm. This is not the hand, the left hand that you see. I would be giving a reading on that particular hand. Right hand of Shah Rukh Khan's hands is just for reference sake. Now we straight away head to this particular palm reading video, but before that I would request you to press the bell icon on YouTube and don't miss another update. You can call me or you can email me to get a paid palmistry reading. Now we straight away head to this particular hand image. The reason why I have basically shown this hand of Shah Rukh Khan is because there's one similarity that I want to show and correlate. You would notice that this is basically the lifeline, and the lifeline ends at an early age. The age that at the period when the lifeline is ending in the hand of Shah Rukh Khan is around the age of, let's say, 35-40. So even in spite of having a short lifeline, it doesn't mean that the person might no longer be there. So don't think that if there's a break in your lifeline, even a major break, even then it doesn't mean that, provided there are some few good signs. And the good sign that we see out here is that there's another line that is overlapping this is the main lifeline, and then there's a overlapping lifeline. So this is considered to be an excellent indication. Why it is considered the good indication, I would basically tell in this particular hand of this particular person. Let me just draw the hand, draw the lines. This is basically the lifeline and it has ended somewhere out here, and the age at which this particular line is ending is approximately around the age of 60. This is approximately age 60. But before it is basically ending, you would notice that there is kind of a overlapping lifeline again. Same what we saw in Shah Rukh Khan's hand. Now, if we look at Shah Rukh Khan's life and if we look at this particular person's life, there's some similarity. Like he started in a small way, he had troubles, but now he's really big. So I would try to indicate why it is considered to be a good sign. This is basically the area of one's fire. This is the area of fire, and this is basically the area of your fuel. And bigger the circumference of the lifeline, the better it is considered to be, because then Mars area would have much more coverage area. It is something like a field you basically plow. It is something like you have got 1 acre field or a 2 acre field. So if you have got a larger field, larger land, you would be able to make more use of that particular land, either to build buildings or to do more farming. So same is the case of Venus. Lesser area means lesser desires, and bigger area means more amount of desires. So what is happening out here is that in the initial line, if this whole line had continued out here, something like, it's a gradual kind of a thing. Every person has this kind of a gradual kind of a circular motion of their lifeline. So this is a normal kind of a thing. But whenever there's an overlapping line, it basically means that some amount of energy, like the person is going to have greater amount of fire and desires in him coming somewhere at this particular age. And this particular age could be approximately it could be 30, 32, 33. That's the approximate age that I would say when these kind of energies basically creep into this particular person. Imagine something else. Let us imagine that this is the line that we see, and instead of overlapping line, instead of this particular line, the line was underlapping. Underlapping of the line means decreasing of the energies and decreasing of the fire within that particular person. So I hope you basically understood what I was trying to say. Let me explain to you in a very different way. Supposing this person is living at 10,000 feet. 10,000 feet, and with this overlapping line, the person is living at a much higher plane, something like 15,000, 20,000, 30,000, whatever. So I hope you are trying to understand that person gets a boost, and that boost is taking him basically further. Now, only one line does not bring all the results. It's a combination of many lines that bring in success or failure. So let me just explain to you the other indications that I see on his particular palm. In the initial period, if you notice, this is the initial period of the life. This is the headline, and this is basically the lifeline. So they are tied up together at the initial phase. That means that the person is cautious, shy, and hardworking. In the initial phase, the headline is originating from the Mount of Mars, these originations. So these are not considered to be good. This is basically anger and aggression. There's an island kind of a formation on the line out here. Now this particular line, there's a little bit of confusion what we should basically consider. Do we consider this to be the line of money and coming inside, or do we consider it to be the line of head? This is the headline, and there's another headline out here. So the headline is splitting into two right at the start. Splitting of the headline basically means that the person is a genius, and that genius streak basically comes out in some way or the other. It could be in one field or two field areas. So it basically means that these people have got more knowledge in their field compared to the other people around them. So this is a positive aspect. So it basically is considered to be good. And if this is basically the headline, and that is leaning really deep down towards the Mount of Moon, this basically gives huge amount of imagination, because any headline that goes deep down towards the Mount of Moon means extreme amount of imagination, visualization, romance, so all these kind of things. And the straighter line, this is more of a line that is bringing like if it would have gone really straight, then pure practicality, but a gradual swing basically means a combination of imagination and visualization and practicality as well. So all these things coming together. Now we come to another aspect. This is the lifeline. This is another lifeline, overlapping lifeline, and another line is coming from here and like going straight towards the Mount of Sun. This is the Mount of Sun, and this line is kind of breaking somewhere in the middle of the heart line and the headline. So this portion is around the age of 44, so it ends somewhere before the age of 44. In the initial period, this line is extremely good because it is deep and clear and singular, so it is considered to be a good sign. It means the person is giving huge amount of energies to their work. The person is approximately the age of 47 plus. That could be the approximate age. I am not very sure about this age, so this is the rough age I am calculating from his wife's age. So this is and it is ending somewhere at the age of 44. Just around the age of 43, 44, this is when another sun line basically develops, and that too ends before it touches the heart line. This is basically the heart line. So few more changes are likely to take place around the age of 53. From the age of 53 onwards, and before that also, I would say that somewhere around the line starts at an early, this line starts, and it's quite dim during this particular period. So the starting period is approximately 48, 49. That's when it starts, and beyond 53 it is an excellent kind of a line. It's going towards the Mount of Mercury also, and it is going between the finger also, and it's kind of a Trishul. Trishul shouldn't be basically considered just the Indian Hindu sign. It's basically more than that. Here we are not talking about any religious signs out here. It is considered to be good because if the sunlight moves towards any particular finger, it gives that particular result. So it is moving towards the amount of Mercury, and Mercury represents business, technical skills, business skills, medical, engineering, science, mathematics, statistics, communication, calculations. All these things are governed by Mercury. So it's a combination of the sun line, the career line, and a line that is moving towards the amount of Mercury, giving those particular qualities to the sun line. So it's considered to be a good sign. And another thing why these lines are considered to be good, like a trishul or a trident like this is considered to be good, because what happens is that it is said that energies penetrate our fingers, or rays penetrate our fingers, and these rays basically penetrate and they enter our palm. It is entering our palm, and once they enter their palm, it means that they are entering our life. And wherever we see this V or a Y or a trident, all the energies get accumulated in this particular area. So this particular portion of the life becomes highly significant. So if this is 53, so this could be around the age of probably around the age of 60 plus. So this is why it is considered to be good. The same thing would go to something, a V-like portion out here, and this is happening really early in their life, and this age could be approximately 27, 28, from where this V is forming. Normally it is said that it's people basically there are the lines of there's a money triangle that is said that is considered to be good, but out here we are not seeing a money triangle. We are finding a V pointing towards three fingers: the Sun, the Saturn, and the Jupiter. Jupiter basically, but more towards the Sun and the Saturn. It's more towards this V is pointing more towards. So qualities from Sun is basically giving name and fame and recognition and huge amount of popularity, and Saturn is basically money matters. So all these things might have accumulated to a great extent during that particular period as well. Now I like to add one more thing out here, is that is I had talked about this is the lifeline, and there's another line of lifeline, and this line I have considered to be the headline. Now from the headline, if you notice that there's a line originating and moving backward towards the mount of Saturn. See, any line originating from the headline and moving towards the mount of any particular mount gives those particular qualities. Saturn is the area of wisdom, money management, responsibility, all these things. And so these things would have come, and luck would have shined during these particular years around the age of 35, a little bit before that also, because we can't really calculate exactly because there's not one headline. Normally the calculation is something like this. If there was a money line out here, this could be the age of 30, this is 35, and this is 53. But because out here there are two headlines, so that is the reason why we are not able to calculate the real age out here. So I'm just giving an approximation. This backward line, I wanted to say, is a really good indication to have. And there's not one money line, but there are more than one money line out here, dual money line. So some kind of a support the person might have got, and strong, reasonably okay kind of Mercury lines can be seen out here. 2 or 3 lines are seen. Normally perpendicular lines over the amount of Mercury. Books say that the person could be a doctor, but basically I say that it's not necessarily the person is the doctor, but it could be more than one set of skills the person might have. So this is one aspect that I wanted to speak about. And backward lines on the mount of Jupiter, this is for high position and honor. These lines are considered to be good, and these are for lifelong, not necessarily only for one particular age. If the heart line was much more clearer, it would have been better. This is the heart line. at few portions the line becomes dual, and there's a line that also leans towards the headline. I would say that singularity of the heart line would have been better, then more focus would come to this particular person. So few changes are going to take place according to the sun line and even the money line. There are few changes, the new lines are basically developing. So changes around the age of 53 can be expected. I'm just taking a look at other hand image also, the left hand image also. In the left hand you would notice that that out here there's dual kind of a heart line, so duality in emotions, so there should be singularity in the emotions. The person should be in a single boat. That is considered to be good. If we look closely in the initial period, the line starts, there's a branch at the earlier start, so this is the line of stress. Then the line basically moves forward and it kind of ends somewhere out here. But there's another line that is coming kind of from the mount of Mercury and kind of going towards, it's something like this. So I've seen this particular line to be an excellent sign. The reason why I would say that it is good, because it is showing where your heart originates, and what qualities it gets, your heart inclination. Like in my other videos I've said that if the heart line ends on the mount of Saturn, it means that the person is very good at managing money. I had said that. But this particular line that normally the line of heart starts somewhere from here only, but in this case what is happening is that the line is starting somewhere out here and moving like here. So this is considered to be a good sign, and it is kind of a person born be in either in business or medical field, and getting those benefits. It could be even not necessarily medical, it could be purely like statistics, economics. So a huge amount of interest, and that interest is purely heart. The person is like, when we ask what the person is born for, we would say that he's born to do what he's doing. So it's very rare. This kind of a line I've seen in the hand of one of the top lawyers who was supposed to become a judge, and also in the hand of the top gynec in India. This is also seen in the hand of that particular person, and in the hand of even Ranbir Kapoor, it's something like this. In fact, he has got something like this, and even in the hand of Shah Rukh Khan's daughter. So although I don't consider the break to be an excellent sign, I wouldn't say that. I would still say stick to the same thing, that a singular line is considered to be good compared to having these duality in the line of heart. I would say that in spite of the person reaching a high position, and yet I would say that that if these lines were not there, the conditions would even be still much better. So let us look at the initial period of his headline. You would notice that upward line towards Mercury is good. I've already explained Mercury. There's a backward line before the age of 35 pointing towards Mars, so that's not such a good area. Aggression and aggression, making wrong decisions before the age of 35, around the age of 32 or so. So you would notice that I'm kind of overlapping things. I'm saying something bad also, and at the same time I'm also saying that the person has got excellent sun line also, these sun lines. So it's a combination. It's not that one line is bad so everything is going to go bad. It's a combination of many lines together basically, which might bring success or failure. And in his case I would say with certainty, because the sun line, just we look at one line, sun line is very deep, clear, singular. Depth is considered to be the best sign for the sun line. The lines should not be thin, wavy. It doesn't give quality. That you would notice if we zoom in, you would notice that in the earlier period, in the earlier period the lines are a little bit dim, and this is all happening somewhere around the age of 39 to 53. This is a period where the person says that huge amount of success has come, yet I would say that in the left hand it is showing show and some amount of doubts. Light lines of sun basically means doubts, but at the same time the person also has got a stronger kind of a line, stronger kind of a sun line. That too we find in the right hand. Now the lines that come and cross over like this, these are considered to be not so good. These are problem kind of lines. This is because the area of fire. Any line horizontal going, it's something like a car or a scooter coming and striking your own car. This is your lifeline, so this is your car. So a line that touches, a problem line that touches your lifeline, brings in some hardship or the other. But because there's a supporting kind of a line out here, that is a line which basically protects, and because it's only showing up in the left hand, so it is not something that we should basically consider that those things are actually going to take place. And that is the reason why we would consider right hand to be the more important hand to refer to instead of the left hand. And the hand structure is reasonably strong, which means a good hold over people, money and resources. That's a good indication. And that's it for now. Rest, I would probably make another video, or I would talk to you and discuss regarding your hand. Thanks, bye, and take care. This is just a slideshow. Just take a look at it if you wish to take a look. And this basically I repeat in almost all my videos. Thank you, bye, and take care.